Yes, sir. My name's Zakashi, guys, and in this video here, we are going to be doing the best teams and equipments that you can get for LF Rose. He recently got his Zenkai, and a lot of people are a big fan of Rose, so they're going to want to know what teams to actually put him on. I'm looking forward to the future. We're probably going to get some future buffs or some way, shape, or form. So it'd be best to know what teams you can actually build him on to actually get the advantage. Hopefully you guys will enjoy this video. I'll segment it into teams and then the equipment afterwards. If you haven't already, make sure to press the subscribe button, man. We're on this grind to 40,000 subscribers. Hopefully we can hit 35,000 subscribers by the end of the year. All my social media links are going to be on the bottom of the screen. There's the YouTube channel, we've got Twitter, Twitch, Reddit, Instagram, and the Discord link all in the description below. So make sure to check me out on all of those. I want to also say that I live stream every single day. So if you're watching this right now and you see me live, I could be live from 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. GMT and sometimes twice on the weekends. Pop in, it's the best place to ask me any questions, and it's literally just good vibes. Pop in, you might enjoy the vibe for real. But yeah, man, I'm not going to hold you guys up any longer. Let's actually get into this video now. Now, for this video, we're building around Rose. So the first thing I like to tell people to do, if we go to the party formation, you have your settings a certain way. I always like to tell people to sort their thing by element, because you know who's the best units in the game in most cases by the YouTube videos you watch, or literally just playing the game in ranked PvP. People use certain units. So the power level is kind of misleading. If I actually show you, people like to show it like that. It doesn't make sense. It just doesn't. Like, for example, you know damn well, let me just see somebody here. You know damn well that MUI has he's a better unit than GOKU. Like, let's be real. So you shouldn't sort it by power level. I like to sort by element, because in most case scenarios you'd actually like to have one unit of every element. That way you can cover the whole wheel in case an enemy comes up with elements that are advantage against you. It's not always, but that's the first thing I like to say, just for the team formation. Now, if we're talking about Rose, in this current meta, I want to just say that leader slot is a very big thing, and I feel like the best way to actually get advantages with him is to just use him with the main two units, who are still probably Pan and Beastan. Simply because Pan and Beastan literally work as a duo, and you don't need anybody else to really work with them. The only issue is Rose is very far away from Pan and Beastan. What I mean by that is that with their tags, Future and GOKU strays in most cases from Sun Family and just hybrid Saiyans. So unless it's specifically GOKU, this unit here, Rose, he has pretty much nothing in common. Let's say in Future GOKU, Super Saiyan Rose, powerful opponent. If we look at Beast Gohan, he's literally gonna have basically nothing in common. So it makes it hard to match them in terms of their equipment. But for the team formation, it would work. You just have to go for like basically stat equipments that don't have anything like tag based, if you are building around units that another team, for example, like I said here, Pan and Beastan, units that would basically form the Pan and Beastan team. So you could go like Future Gohan, you go for a Zenkai buff for Beast Gohan, and then you could go for a Zenkai buff for Pan with Saiyaman 1 and 2 if I can find them. But we're gonna avoid that for now. Just had to mention the leader slot option, because Rose's best team right now isn't actually a good team right now. So this would ideally be the best leader slot option, or you could actually reverse it, and instead of having Rose on the leader slot, you make the team actually orientate about something else. So I've been using like Pan on the leader slot, and then I take off all these units besides Future Hunt, because he can actually sync, and then you make it essentially formed around Fusion Zamasu. So if I got I said Fusion Zamasu, Rose, but you can use Fusion Zamasu is what I was going to go to here. So if I actually bring up Fusion Zamasu here, you can see that his Z ability is actually Future, and his Zenkai buffs him nicely. You can see that it's GOKU works very well. So that's a Zenkai buff for him. And then you could add some other future characters if you wanted to like color fill out the wheel. So you could have this guy, even though he doesn't buff Future, which is unfortunate, he is a good unit for GOKU. Future Hunt would be missing out. You could have VB as an option there. He buffs Future. You could have Green Mai as a HP buff. If I can find her, she's used somewhere here. There we go. She's a good HP buff for Future, so everybody can have a good amount of health. If you want to put her in, everybody would actually just survive longer. So similarly, you could actually get advantages with using the Pan or Beastan, depending on how you want to build it. It's up to you completely, to be honest, but you just have to think about the leader slot option more than anything else if you're going to stray from the actual tag that Rose would actually fit on. So now we're going to get into building a Future team, which is actually his main tag, and he even Zenkai buffs Future. So if we actually go to the tags here, and what we want to do, we actually find where it says future. So you can see futures right here. Press OK, then you'd only get brought up with future characters. So if we're going for a blue, Sword of Hope Trunks would probably be your best option, simply because if you have him high stars, his ultimate can literally one shot, and he brings you that endurance factor. You could also add in Zimzam here. They're good at 14 stars. This free-to-play Zamasu might be good simply because he's boosted, but after that he doesn't look like he's going to be too great, if we're being honest. And being just good isn't really good enough in this day and age, but if you're trying to build towards it for the future, you can definitely get some value out of this team. So yeah, Zimzam I'd probably go more than anybody else. We can go for the purple. We've already got Rose, so we don't need another one. The yellows, I wouldn't really bring one, but if you are, Future Gohan is solid with the support factor. He's probably your best bet, actually. I take back not bringing a yellow. He's probably your best bet. He's probably the best future member that's alive. No cap. If you wanted to bring this Vegeta, right, you see how I mentioned he doesn't buff future at all in his Z ability. You could swap him out and put him on the leader so that he gets the buffs, and you don't have to put Rose on the leader slot. I just had him there for show. And Rose buffs future, so you don't need to worry about him on the leader if you wanted to have Vegeta there. And then for a red, CMZ got a plat, and I don't see how much value he could have unless you got him higher than 9 stars, really truly. So I wouldn't really promote him as a unit you should use. But if you wanted to Zenkai buff him and actually get some value out of him as well on the team, you could do that, because Red Rose buffs future for his Z ability strike as well. And then you can see here the powerful opponent buff, which would actually work well for Zamasu here. So if I wanted to take out somebody like Zimzam here, that all suits well. There's not much variation, but if you wanted to add maybe here, you can add a HP buff. Does this Gohan buff future? Hope he does. Yep, but he's blast based, so it kind of throw off the team really and truly. I wouldn't recommend it. And any of the EXs, I wouldn't recommend either. Some people might try to run these lot, but I wouldn't recommend it personally, unless you got them like 14 stars and you really just want to have a tag switch unit. Really and truly, it's not even that much worth it. And if we're looking at the ultras, nobody's really there, so empty slot. Well, maybe in the near future. But this is what I'd run for future with those options there. I'd probably go for the HP buff. Make sure Future Gohan's there. This is a good snipe. CMZ if you get his Plat Z+, and if I had Sword of Hope Trunks, higher stars, you could use him. But just in case I forgot somebody, go to the character list, and I know I did. We have these two options here. So you got droids, who are actually a very good option, but I wouldn't advise using them either unless you got them higher than 9 stars, because they are very glass, but they can give you a long combo. It might not do a lot of damage, but they are a good option as well. I just say CMZ for now, simply because CMZ, he's very anti-Saiyan, anti-hybrid Saiyan. I think it's actually just Saiyans, actually. Yeah, you can see it versus Saiyans. So he can do a lot of damage, generally speaking, towards that specific tag. He's got prejudice against them. And then this Trunks as well, he's actually more recent, so he can actually do a lot of value. But you have to get him to 3 stars, which I don't have. I don't have him at all to get the future buff. But he could be of value as well, just saying. Not going to lie, he's actually pretty dope. With his double ultimates and whatnot. But yeah, there's a lot of variations you can see, but regardless of how you build it, Future's not really a meta team, but I just want to put it out there that you have a few options. I'd probably go with the droids just for the long combos and security, but CMZ with a plat, if you haven't higher than 9 stars, probably be my bet still. Some people like to run Cell as the purple, but we're ignoring him because of Rose as well. I'd usually keep Vegeta there over the Super Saiyan Trunks personally, because his ultimate locks in. Pan for, I said Pan. Mai for the HP, Sword of Hope Trunks if you got him higher than 9 stars. Obviously Rose on the team, and Future Gohan's going to be your main man. This is going to be the last team that I mentioned for actually Rose, but it's just mono purple. There's no different variation from this. You should use this one. But just in case you're missing somebody, if I actually take this off, if you're missing anyone here, you can actually swap them out for this Vegeta here, because he also does the same thing, Zenkai buffing Saiyans. He's not a good Zenkai at all, but he's just literally there to buff. But because it's blast based, this is the most ideal setup. But if you actually wanted to make it better, you could actually take off Rose from the leader slot and actually put SV there, because SV wouldn't feed off the God Key Z abilities. So yeah. This way, if you're running SV and you'd have to run him, you could actually benefit off that more than anything else. But these two get buffs from everybody, so these would be your main 3. Maybe this guy here and this probably guy afterwards, but these 3 up here is your main 3. There's no other variation to this, but Mono Purple is a solid team because Blue Bros can tag switch. SV can bring up some support, and Rose is literally the video for him, so I don't really need to gas him up to make my case. Now we're on the final part of the video where we actually touch on the equipment available for Rose. Now, this one here, I'm going to start with this one. It's a powerful opponent purple one. If you want to build it more defensively, you can go for that. You can see here he has the percentage against defense against Saiyans, which is pure. I always explain pures in this way because it makes it easy to understand. Pure works in a way where it's a multiplier, but you see the difference with the base strike defense, or it's just an additional buff to your team. So the pure, if you're multiplying, you know how multiplication works. If you have a big number and you multiply a big number, you get an even bigger number. If you have a big number and you add a number, it's not going to be as big as if you multiply those numbers. So you can see multipliers are more effective if you actually add them onto a big number already. So you need some base stats, which is why this equip comes with 35% strike defense, which will actually attribute to actually helping this pure slot, and you actually get HP as well, so it's very solid. If you want to know where you can get this in the Ultimate Equipment Collection for Powerful Opponent and Purple. Another equipment here, if you want to build them defensively, me, the Invincible, Almighty, and Divine. It's just a Future Trunks Saga equip. You come with double defenses, and you actually get base health and health restoration. And if you want to know how to get this, it's in the Future Trunks Saga Ultimate Equipment Collection event there. This equipment here is really solid. You can see its base strike attack of the first slot, 12%, base strike attack up to 15%, and then special move and ultimate damage. His special move obviously goes type neutral, so it can do damage against everybody, and this guy actually just nullifies endurance period, so you're going to want to buff his special move and ultimate for real. If you want to know where you can get this, you get in the Z Medal shop, which is like the most impossible thing to get right now, but yeah, the Z Medal shop. Righteous Saiyans, definitely a good recommend here. You see, you can build it how you want. I call it the build your own equip. You can get whatever slot you want, so you're going to want to get strike for the first slot, strike for the second slot. You can go strike defense as well for both of those if you wish. Then for the last slot, I'd advise going for special move or ultimate damage. So you can see I've got a strike special move one here, but if I actually wanted to change that out, I could use a strike ultimate one, which I also have here. If you want to know where to get this, it's also in the Z Medal shop. I don't recommend this equip, but if you're running him on a God Key team, or you don't run him on a future team, you can still get some pure stats, because you can run him on his own, and then you can actually get pure strike attack for himself. It applies to himself because he himself is also a God Key member. Power Unleashed here, it's kind of difficult to roll just to put out there, but you get this in the equipment medal shop. I don't recommend this either, but you get some key recovery, some strike attack, but the main thing is the special move, because like I said, his special move makes him go type neutral, and he can do the most damage out of that. Where you get this is the Z Medal shop. I don't necessarily recommend it out of any other one that I recommended, but if you want to build him specifically for blue cards, then this would be a good option. I haven't had the most luck with this, but this equipment here is Awaken Future one specifically for Future, and it's the one you're going to want to get. It's not easy to get for a yellow slot or a red slot, but if you work hard and you want it, you're going to get it, to be honest. You can get up to 6% of the multiplier for strike attack, pure strike, which is very, very good. And if that's 3 future members, including himself on the team, that's 18, which is better than most pure equips, which give you 5, so you max out at 15. Where you get this, you get the You Stay Here, number 1. You can see in the ZENKAI Rush Medal, that's the memories that you need to actually get it. And then if you want the actual unawakened version, you get it in the equipment collection and the exchange shop for the equipment medals, whichever one you want to go for. This is the last equipment I want to touch on. I should have touched on it earlier, but the reason I didn't touch on it is simply because the damage is too specific to hybrid Saiyans. So if you're not fighting hybrid Saiyans, you don't get the benefit out of it. But even the special move goes, and you get health, which is good. You can get the Awakened Memories in the ZENKAI Rush Medal shop. But yeah, man, that's going to be the end of the video. Hopefully this video was helpful. Bringing out videos like this every single time a character actually gets a ZENKAI, a good character anyways, or a new LF or Ultra releases. So if you're new here, you know what to do here. Make sure to press the subscribe button. All my social media is going to be at the bottom of the screen. There's the YouTube channel, we've got a Twitter, Twitch, Reddit, Instagram, and a Discord link all in the description below. Like I said at the start of the video as well, I live stream every single day. So if you see me live, definitely pop in and say hi, or ask any question that you might have for me. I could literally answer the question right then and there. But yeah, I'm gonna leave it like that. I appreciate you guys for watching, man. All the love and support's been great. Hopefully we get that 35k by the end of the year. My name is Zakashi, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one, man.